Hi folks, this is Qiuvox. In this video I wanted to show you what is the best load order that you can do in Skyrim Special Edition for the consoles on PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and it should be the same on PC as well. So, when we go into the load order, simply there's tons of things that change, many stuff in the game. So for some reason I kinda put one of each kind that you can go with. And on the top of the load order, you go with the bug fixes, especially unofficial Skyrim Special Edition bug fix mode. And then the haste, for example, because those are changing the little numbers. For example, crime money reduced from 4,000 to 1, blah blah, or it adds some golds to the merchants or something like that, so it goes to top. And if you have that 60 FPS mode, it also goes to top after the bugs. And then the weather and texture modes like darkness modes or interior lighting modes is going just right after the bug fixes. Like it improves the shadows or it changes the environment of some places or the whole game in general, so it goes after the bug fixes like the weather modes, the storm modes, volumetric fog, and darkness modes, even the waves modes in the that changes the sea waves, and Skyrim is wind modes. Then right after you can put a sound mode after those changes to the environment of the Skyrim Special Edition. So you need to put the sound modes. It gives some reverb and ambience sounds, which is crazy mode. If you don't know it, just give it a go. So just put the dance grass here because it changes the environment, but they are not active, as you see. So let me put that reverb mode right here because there's a lamppost and forests, and then the shape of the water, how it looks. For example, it is also a texture mode and it goes after the weather modes. So the first weather and lightning modes, and then the modes that changes the environment, like the dense grass or the texture overhaul that changes some villages and changes the water textures. And here is the forest and the lamppost, and then the sound mode. Then you can move with, oh okay, there's a Spelllight dynamic shadow mode too, so it goes after crystal clear and before the environment mode too, because it is lightning. So there's increased blood amount, there's some UI changes, so it goes after the sound thing, and rain and snow effects on your character. And there's a Bridges of Skyrim. So Bridges of Skyrim, that mode adds some bridges into the game unofficially, and it helps you to cross some mountain to mountain or from one land to another one easily. So it is considering like a environment mode, so it goes right here. Also, I don't have it, but some home modes, like the modes that gives you some kind of home in some places, etc, etc. For example, in Whiterun there's a home mode that you can do, but make sure the other modes that you are using, like let me see, wait, where is it? Like this mode, for example, that changes the texture around the city and it adds some things into the town, blah blah. Just make sure this mode and the other home house mode doesn't conflict each other in the same place, and it goes right after the texture overhaul. The home house mode goes after this texture overhaul mode. Just make sure about it. And then conversations, AI. AI goes after the UI things, like realistic conversations that NPCs do and blah blah to you, or when you talk to them, or marriage modes that allows you to marry with some NPCs. So it goes after some UI and little texture effects of your character. And immersive citizen AI overhaul. This is a very huge mod that changes how the NPCs acting around the game, the whole game. So where does it go and what is the compatibility with that, for example? So it works perfectly as long as it doesn't conflict with any other mode that changes environment by a big margin. So because you don't want to see NPCs walking around slowly and then they fall off a cliff, they fall from a cliff, and it should look weird, and so if you are using that mode, you may want to not to change the environment of the Skyrim, but you can use some texture modes like this, for example, or some other modes that changes the environment, that doesn't change the environment and just give you better quality textures. So then that AI should work. And after this, there's some simple things like location discovers, quest markers, and dupes, opus or Qiuvox school quest markers in the map, or discovering all the map locations, etc. goes right here. And some spells, for example spell modes or the dungeon modes, for example, it goes below them around the bottom of the load order. So that location discovers quest markers, and then right after you can use the dungeon modes or the quest modes, and then the quest modes, and then spell modes, like gives you spells, or it gives you the ability to change your appearance of the character or something like that. Those small, not important modes goes below them. So this is the load order of me. If I have any mistake or something like that, I mean, for me, all of them is working perfectly. Everything is working perfect. Of course, there's some modes that conflict right now, but as you can see, they are not active because I'm testing out. So don't do the same order that I'm doing right now. So don't do it. That's not gonna probably work because there's some modes that conflicts, because Supreme and Volumetric Fog, and then Improved Shadow and Volumetric Lightning, for example, they're gonna most likely conflict. So just make sure to not to do the same, or Epic Crystal Clear Water and Turn Enchanter Enhancer. So they are kinda different modes that gives you different looks of the water as well. So don't do the same as I have here, but I'm explaining the load order to you. But what do you think? Leave a comment, let me know. If you like this video, click like. If you are not subscribed, now is a great time to do so. I upload brand new videos every day of the week. The best way to see them first is of course a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable all notifications, and as always, I thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Aladdin, I'll see you next time right here on Qiuvox.